Oh boy, YouTube has changed. um, we got all kinds of stuff happening here that I don't know nothing about. What's this? Oop, don't know what that means. We'll just leave that off. Live chat. What is all this stuff? How you doing, y'all? Don't mind me. I'm trying to figure out how to work this. YouTube has changed it since I was last on here. How's it going, Mike? It's going all right. A little chilly today, though. It's getting cold. Coming into winter. Let's see here. YouTube's got all kinds of new stuff around here that I don't... It's been a while since I've done a live. I'm confused. You guys should see this, the video that's happening here in, oh, well, a couple of weeks. Freezing outside, yeah? Well, it's not freezing. It was 50 degrees today. I was out in a t-shirt earlier, but it's down in the 40s and dark out now. And so, it's not as nice. How's everybody doing? YouTube is claiming there's 3 people in here. Don't know if they're right. They're usually not. What you working on? This. And like I said, you'll see it in a couple of weeks. But this is a 120 that I bought. Actually got it on Sunday. Too cold out. Yeah. It's definitely not nice. I bought this. And that's not what you want to see. So, parts should be on the way. Nice oil can. Yep. Picked this one up at an auction over the summer. And I've had this one for several years now. Use them instead of some generic ones. This is the oil pan off that engine. I haven't cleaned it out yet. All the dirt got in there when I was cleaning other stuff up. But, yeah. A couple of rings, parts of the piston skirt. It's great. Nope, not what you want to see. Yeah. I'm showing my brand loyalty. I want to get some more of them. There's a few different ones, and I want to get more of them. This one's got penetrating oil in it, and that one, I don't even know what kind of oil's in it. It's got some sort of oil in it. Worst looking motor I have seen. Yeah, she was not good. It's on its way back together currently. Was working on it today. I ordered now. Problem is, movable, or they turn the, can't get new bearing for that. Gonna have to run with this. Bore's cleaned up a little bit. Trying to move slow enough that it's not too laggy for y'all. Hey, love your videos. Thanks. I used to do a live every Sunday or every other Sunday, but I kind of slacked off here over the summer. And I don't know if I'm going to get back to doing it that way or not. You guys will have to let me know. But it's been a while since I did a live. And I'm not working on this right now because I'm waiting for parts. So I had some time. I decided to go live for a little bit. See what everybody is up to. See how many people join. YouTube's showing me, well, I got lots of options over here, and now it's showing me a dollar amount at the top. But I don't think you can I think you can monetize lives, but I usually don't. I don't know what's happening. YouTube has new things, and help me understand. Well, the views just keep moving all around. I don't know. I'm hoping to get this tractor done real soon and get the next one in here. I really didn't want to put a bunch of money into it, but here we are. So far, I've put like $120 worth of parts on order and on it. I already rebuilt the carb, needed new air filter and fuel system and tune-up. I've also got a gasket kit, full gasket kit coming, and piston and rings coming. It was already bored 20 over. I'm not going to bore in it. I'm not doing nothing else to it. I'm just going to put a piston back in it and whatnot. You'll have to watch the video to get a whole lot of details out of me, but oh, that's current project. So what's anybody got any questions? What y'all been up to? Oh boy. Up to 6. I try not to move the camera around too much on these because then it kind of gets out of focus and you guys can't see real well. But I'll move it over here a little bit. That's the 212 restoration. It's done for the year because I don't have decals for it yet. That's as far as I got. And like I said, this is the 120 that I'm currently working on. I just picked up. Been eyeing this auction in PA. Yeah, I've seen it. A bunch of restored patio tractors, probably going to be too expensive. I believe you're talking the one that has the scraper pan and a bunch of other stuff like that. I've been watching that stuff. It's all going to go way too expensive. I ain't got the money to be buying restored stuff. I'll just fix them myself. What is this thing doing here? Help me understand. Why don't you be good, YouTube? It's still not doing anything good. Oh, there it goes. All right. The video was Sunday, but this past Sunday, I believe, but finally got that transmission of that Gravely taken apart. It was mint. Here's one of the ring gears, what it's supposed to look like versus what it does look like. Whole way around. This gear is junk. There ended up being like 1.5 inches of metal shavings and stuff in the bottom of the transmission case too. YouTube says our people's fluctuating quite a bit here, going in and out. So I had more of this engine apart earlier today. It'll be in the video when it comes out. But the governor T-shaft, I was able to move it from inside. It turned out the nut that holds the governor in was loose, along with the bolts that are holding on the bearing plate there. They were also loose. So we've got quite the mess of oil in the frame still, but I cleaned a lot off of this. It was like a ½ inch thick on some spots on this thing. Now YouTube says 0 people. We'll see about that. Oh, there's somebody. Somebody welded that on there. But I'm hoping that this rod will be good. It's my biggest concern. And you can see it's got the removable bearing in it. Which you don't usually see on the Kohler rods. So, hard to get parts for. I can't find anybody that sells the bearings for that. So I'm just going to run it. Hopefully it'll be alright. If not, I guess, then I'll do something else. But the plan is to, once I put this engine back together, make sure everything's going to be good to go on it, I'm going to get this tractor sold. I don't need another 120. I got this one because it came with another tractor I bought, and the trip was far enough that I decided to just buy both. So I had one to get running and sell in order to try and get some of my money back from driving out. So if anybody needs a 120, hopefully in a week or so, that one will be sold and gone, or for sale, I guess. Hopefully it'll be gone quick. I ain't got room to keep too much stuff around here. But if anybody is looking for a 120, you know, I've got you covered. It's a 1970, not a 71. So if you're looking for 71, this ain't the one. This one's not perfect either. It's make a good project, but it's not one that you'd want to buy as a showpiece. Somebody didn't use the right paint on it. It looks like it's kind of getting bluish. It looks like they painted it and rebuilt the engine at the same time, because there is green paint on some of the engine internals somehow. So, interesting. But, you know, it'll be a nice tractor to tinker about with. Needs a little work, but we're getting there. Not going to take too much. Okay, it claims 4 people, but I ain't seeing no comments. Feel free to comment, y'all. Are our normal people in here yet? We usually have about 5 people that are normally in here, and then we have, you know, several more that come in and out as we go. So, who we got today? Crickets. Nothing. Try and move y'all over here without getting too blurry. Okay, turn that. That's the problem with live streaming. You can't hardly move nothing around unless you got some sort of high dollar internet, which I don't. Because it just gets blurry. It's kind of irritating. I'm sure it's even more irritating for the viewers, though. I suppose put you guys over here. Get some points going on this engine. Where is my film ups? I need something smaller than that. Need to make a new points wire for this thing. I just ended up cutting the old one because the where is it? The coil nut would not come off. I don't even know where it's at, but that's the old points. Old points wire. I had to cut a new piece. Got a lot of stuff sitting around from a lot of different projects. Yoink. Yoink. I need, if it'll come out, one of these. One of these, if it will be small enough. Well, we're going to make it be small enough. They need to make a narrower one of these. Oops. Kind of flatten it back out again. Hey, you're supposed to flatten out that direction. Okay. Now it'll go on. That's what we want. One down, one to go. Hey, if anybody's commenting and I haven't seen it yet, sorry about that. I'll look here in a minute when I'm done fighting with this. Is fire allowed on YouTube? Hopefully. We're about to find out. Hello. Stop blowing that away. This lighter is about done for, ain't it? Right? Sorry about all the blurriness that I'm sure you are seeing. Check the chat. Nothing. Okay. Put that on the points. Okay. Stay. There we go. Okay. Now we got to set the points. Right there, they're open. The points on these Kohler K series are supposed to be at 20 thousandths. Look at me, I flipped right to it. No, I passed it because I second guessed. Those are way too tight, just as I suspected. What I do is loosen this screw, because you need 4 hands to do it efficiently. Stick that in there. Try and keep it straight and push the whole shooting match up in. Okay. Now we should be at least close. Yep. That's pretty much what we need right there. Yep. 20 thousandths. Where'd I put the cover? Here it is. Try and get that started. This will be way easier to do like this out of the engine or out of the frame of the tractor. Got more space to work on stuff. Okay, well. Right, got new points on it, new points wire. I'll put a condenser on it when I put the coil on, because the condenser is bolted right by the coil. See here, already rebuilt the carburetor. I can put the governor arm on. Maybe, there it goes, okay. Idle, open it wide open, turn it all the way. Okay, so the way you set these governors on these coilers is once it's hooked up, you pull it wide open and you twist that wide open. They say use pair pliers. Shouldn't have to. There. And then of course just tighten it up. Pretty simple and easy. Where's my cratchet? Here we go. Okay. That should be adjusted properly. I'll put a fuel line on once it's back in the tractor and the gas tank is cleaned out. Where'd the spring go that fell off of here? Fell off earlier. Here it is. Okay. They had it right here. And for some reason they had this spring on the top hole. I'm going to just put it back there. I can adjust it more, or I can adjust it later. I want it further down though, so I think I'm going to take it off of there and put it further down. Maybe, and maybe not. Might have lied, might not be. Come off from there, feller. Okay, I lied. I'm just going to leave it right like that because I'm too lazy to continue fighting with it. That's where it was. Should work. Seems good. Not as much travel as I'd like, but that's okay. I probably should take the valve cover off and adjust the valves, but I'm lazy and I'm not going to because, I don't know, hopefully they're already adjusted. If they're not, I'll just pop it off later and adjust them. See here, I can't really do a whole lot of anything else with it right now until I get parts. I'm waiting for gasket kit, piston and rings. And I mean, can't really do anything else till I get that stuff. It says 8 people have showed up. All right. Well, if y'all have got any questions, stick them in the comments and I'll get to them when I see them. Hopefully quickly. I could put the air cleaner back on if I wanted to. I think I might do that. I don't think it should be in the way of anything. Ooh, don't like that. That started going in hard all of a sudden. Get the other ones on here and take that one back off. See if maybe it is cross-threaded or something. If I remember right, it came out kind of hard too, so it might just be already messed up. Seems to be in there straight. It's just got dirty threads or something. There we go. Wonder if something got a rabbit out there. That's what it sounded like. And I've never seen this on one of these, but this one's got holes in the bottom. I think somebody probably cut them, but still. Where's my putty knife? Here it is. Putty knife. This thing was leaking a ton of oil everywhere. Let's see here. I suppose that's acceptable. New air filtre. Installated. They just have this stupid nut on here. They appear to have cross-threaded it all the way on, so we're just going to ignore that and do the same thing. Maybe we're not going to do the same thing. It actually seems to go okay that time. Right? This engine's got new air filter and new points so far. Done a bunch of other work to it, but nothing other than that replaced yet. But like I said, especially for those who are just joining us, I am doing a piston in this engine because of this. This is the piston that came out of it. It was this way when I got it. Was rebuilt 20 over, and that is probably not supposed to exactly happen. And if you'll look here, this is the oil pan and all the cartilage that was in there. Chunkage of everything. just kind of obliterated itself. That piston deleted itself. We'll just say that. It's brand new. So I'm not rebuilding this engine. I'm not going to put a bunch of money into it. I'm doing a full tune-up on it while I'm after it, and doing a new piston and rings, and doing full gasket kit. And then I'm going to throw this thing together, throw it in the tractor, and get her running, and it's going to be up for sale. It should last quite a bit longer once she's back together, as long as no stupid people get their paws on it and run it without oil or something. Now, I don't know if YouTube is not behaving or not, but I haven't got a comment in a while. For those of you who are in here, somebody drop a comment, see if it actually comes through for me. Because I ain't seen nothing. And I don't know if it's YouTube misbehaving or not. I don't want to ignore people. But according to them, I have not got any comments in a while. Going to watch this here for a minute. I'm not getting nothing. I don't know if people are not dropping a comment or if YouTube's just not showing me. Let's see here. I don't know. This thing's coming together. Did it change? No, it says live chat. Oh, now I've got more comments. Had to click, had to reset it. Brand loyalty. Okay, there's where it was. Guy's name is Greg. Thought maybe I could get my hands on one of those dirty ground fenders for parts. You really have to show your brand loyalty. Trying to figure out how someone that bad happens to a garden tractor trans. Yeah. Seems as though they just kept running it after it started making racket. Going to start watching lives, but typically never live when I'm going to try to start. Currently trying to get my H3 levers out of my 73. Oh, that doesn't sound very fun. That was at 6:27. Yeah, that's been a while ago. YouTube was misbehaving, so sorry to all the comments that I missed. Inner ring refuses to budge off the post. Air hammer time. You do your paint with the official Deere spray cans, right? Yes, I do. I don't use any of the junk off brands. I use John Deere paint. Where do you get all your parts? I use some eBay, Hapco, and I Save Tractors. See an old John Deere in the background, Mike. Must be working in my garage. Oh, I got lots of old John Deeres around. Ouch. We're here. Try to reload maybe. Yeah, reload. I reloaded and now it's behaving better. You just gotta love YouTube. It behaves so well. No, it doesn't actually. It's a piece of crap. So, sorry for not seeing your comments. Hopefully they'll start coming through now that I kind of refreshed that. And perhaps I'll be able to respond to them in a timely manner now. So, if you have anything to say, jam it in the comments section and see if YouTube works again. Or if it, keeps doing what it was. I am going to do this again. Do you use clear coat as well? I'm trying to figure out because my paint isn't coming out quite well. I'm using official cans. Not sure what I'm doing wrong. I do use clear coat. The way that you can get it the shiniest is prime it, well, sand it, then prime it sand it before you do anything. Either sandblast it or sand it so it's smooth. Prime it. I put 2-3 coats on. Did I get this comment? Yes, I did. I put 2-3 coats of primer on, and then you can sand it and make it smooth, and then throw paint over that. And if you're really ambitious, you can sand between each coat of paint and then paint again. And I don't mean sand everything off, I mean just kind of sand it smooth and then clear it afterwards. And I'm not a paint expert. I don't usually sand after the last coat of paint. I don't know if you're supposed to or not. But I'm also not out here trying to make things look, showroom quality perfect. Pretty much everything that I restore is going to get used, so I don't put a ton of time and effort into it because it's going to get scratched in the end anyway. I did do a pretty nice job on 216, the paint. But the other couple I've did, well, I guess side tag I didn't do too bad on. On the 140 patio, I'm trying to make look just about perfect because I'm not going to use it. It's just going to be a showpiece. So I'm trying to make it look as perfect as possible. That's what I've been doing with it, is a lot of sanding. But I use, I'm pretty sure the clear coat that I used is the Rust-Oleum clear coat. And it's not that great. You can get a lot better clear coat, and I would suggest better. But it's fairly reasonable priced. And I mean, it makes it look nice. Not perfect, but it does make it look good. Only thing I haven't done is clear coat. Yeah. The clear coat cans that I use say to wait 48 hours before clearing. And they don't get along with the John Deere paint very well. So I have to wait way longer than that. I've got a yellow patio hood over here. I'll go grab it. You can see it in the corner. And I waited a full week to clear coat this, and yes, it's kind of dirty now. But you see how shiny it is. Let me wipe it off a little bit here. What can I use? Wiped it off a little bit. You see how smooth and shiny it is. I primed it, sanded it, painted it, sanded it, painted it, and then clear coated it. And I waited a week before clear coat. And I don't know if that shows up on the camera, but I've got some of this crap happening that it does when the paint isn't dry enough to clear coat. It only happened in 3 spots, but still doesn't make me very happy. So I'll be, come spring, sanding that all back down, painting it again, and then clearing it. The John Deere paint doesn't get along very well with the clear coat from Rust-Oleum. You've got to let it sit in really hot temperatures, preferably in the sun, for a long time to get it to do something. That's probably why. That's got to be mildly. Probably should have done clear coat from the start. Yeah. Clear coat, more or less, I mean, it makes paint a little tougher too, but also it kind of helps it shine. So you'll get a better shiny finish, and the paint will be a little tougher for scratches and whatnot. We have been on here 45 minutes. Oh, that's not too long. Well, it's almost 7 o'clock. let's do that again. Just to make sure it's going to keep working, kind of refresh that. Called orange peel. Yeah. You could try and just find sand with the spots and buff it. I could, but I don't know if I want to do that. I got more bugs in it than I wanted. When I cleared it, the bugs loved the yellow, and so as I painted it and cleared it, I got bugs in it, and I was able to get most of them out, but there is still one that I just saw in there. So I might just sand the whole thing and do it evenly and do it again. But we'll see. I'm not a big paint guy or body work guy. Don't really know what I'm doing. I just kind of wing it. So maybe eventually I can, learn some, but I'm just trying to do something. So don't take paint advice from me to heart too much. Unless you like the way my tractors turn out, which is alright, but not perfect. I've been doing mine outside. Yeah, me too. Oh, because I don't have anywhere else to do it. The shit in the paint is very annoying. Yeah, I do mine outside, and you gotta constantly be chasing bugs and stuff away. It's a pain in the butt. Same thing happened to me with clear coat from the can. Yeah. It's kind of a pain in the butt. And I mean, it's so expensive to get good clear coat out of a can. And for what I'm doing, it's not really worth hooking up a gun like that. When I did that hood, that's the only thing I did. It had taken me longer to hook the gun up, take it back down, and clean it out than it would have to clear coat that. And it's just too much of a hassle. I guess if I was smart enough to paint everything at the same time, but there's always something I end up forgetting and have to do later because I missed it, it got lost, fell under something, and I have to paint it later. Especially with this 140, I've been just kind of losing track of stuff and doing a little bit at a time, and not a professional restoration, but it's looking nice. Boy, I went clear over into Indiana, like 4 hours each way to get this 120 and the tractor that came with it. And spent all day Sunday doing that. Hopefully I can get this thing going and get it sold, get some of my money back from that trip, and then start working on the other tractor. First thing I'll do is bring it in here and get her running. You guys will of course get to see that. But I had said before that I was going to sell the 112 hydraulic side tag. I have not really had any interest at all. So I think I'm just going to finish it up and display it. Not going to put any work or money really into the engine because it's a junk composite and I'm not going to use it. So I don't really care if it runs. I think I am just going to put it together so it looks good cosmetically and display it, not do anything else with it. Let's do this again just in case. Well, I haven't seen the few people that are normally in here. Must be they're busy tonight. That or YouTube is behaving well and not telling them. I've had people complain about that. I've seen that. YouTube is just great. Welcome everybody that's joining. I keep seeing the numbers go up and down. We're just kind of talking and discussing what's going on. We're currently discussing paint, or just finished anyway. Just went back down again. Oh, there's another comment. I have a trashy Ferguson with a junk Humpsa. Not really a big fan, especially since it started knocking and over revving the other night. Kohler seemed to be much more reliable. Yeah, the Kohler is the best small engine you can get, especially from that generation. The junk Humpsas, especially the HH100, is just a pile of poop. So, I mean, if it's already knocking, just have some fun with it and hold her wide open and let her send a rod. If you're not into engine swapping, then I would just sell the whole thing. I've started just not buying tractors that aren't factory with a Kohler. I don't buy no more Onins, and that 112 side tag's the only junk Humpsa I have. And I'm going to keep it, like I just said, because it is a side tag, and you can't get a side tag 112 with a Kohler. So I just won't use it. I'll put it together, and it'll be a display piece on a shelf somewhere if I can ever get some heavy-duty shelving. Otherwise, it'll sit around someplace, and you can kind of see it back over there. Right there. Holy Cheez-Its and rice. On Zoom. There we go. Okay. Had somebody argue with me today on Facebook about Onins being the best engine and all this great stuff, and I just decided to ignore him. Some people don't have experience, they don't really know, but most people are smart enough to know that they're junk. I actually had it listed for sale before it started acting up. Hopefully I can get it to cooperate so I can get it sold. Yeah. Good luck getting an Onin to cooperate, though. They don't behave very well. They're not very, or junk Humpsa, I mean. They're not very well behaving engines. They tend to not do what they're supposed to. What's it doing now? Darn YouTube. All right. Well. Jeez. I suppose it's almost been an hour we've been on here. If there's no other discussions or questions, I think I'm gonna get going and call it for this live. If anybody wants to see a live scheduled for every other weekend or once a month or something like that, let me know. Comment here, comment on videos, whatever, and we'll see what we can make happen. But till next time, I'm gonna give it a few more minutes here, maybe let it get up to an hour. That's in 5 minutes. Just not quite anyway. And then we're gonna cut it off for the night. Give people a minute to comment here if they want to. Gotta go find something to eat, so I'm gonna head out anyway. Have a good evening. You too. See ya next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Alright, y'all. Thanks for joining me on this live. And hope to see y'all on the next one. I'm gonna call it for this one. We'll catch you guys later.